Attention, last-minute statements from Alain Prost, a very influential figure in Formula 1 who dismantles Verstappen's dominance in Formula 1. He says it's not the car, it's the atmosphere. He says the difference with Sergio Pérez isn't marked. Not just the driver, but the brand, the packaging, what's behind it. From the Red Bull team to help Max Verstappen set up the car perfectly, as we have said on many occasions. With these statements, Alain Prost clearly contradicts the latest statements from a Christian Horner, who is getting a bit back on the Verstappen clan side, saying it's not the RB20 that's well made, but it is Max Verstappen who makes the difference in the RB20, the new Red Bull single-seater compared to Checo Pérez. Alright, it's very hard. Sad that Sergio Pérez is attacked from within his own team and has to be defended by a motorsport legend like Buddies. Welcome to the Formula 1 Fanatic section on YouTube, and this video, it's part of a series of videos discussing Sergio Perez's future contract. Well, there's a lot of pressure, and now let's explain why Prost might be saying this in defense of Sergio Pérez. But it all comes from this video we see here. This one where we said that none other than Christian Horner says Max makes the difference with Checo. After this, we were talking yesterday about the brief documentary explaining how, for Ford, it's vital that Sergio Pérez is there. Here it is as well, where we have comments from the SPORTMANIATICOS family supporting the ideas in this video, obviously. Sergio Pérez is a key piece, and Ford might even break the contract if Checo Pérez is not there. He's on the Red Bull team by USA, says Frank, for example, wants Checo because they have factories in Mexico and would lose millions of dollars if the deal is that bad. You're absolutely right. Look at all the comments from all the sports fanatics confirming everything that's happening with Forza. And we already know that Sergio Pérez is completely renewed. Here we see how Edmundo Perez totally agrees with your analysis. Ford is fourth worldwide, including Mexico. Everyone wants American cars. Thanks, friends, for commenting and sharing your opinions because it's important to me to see what the future holds for Sergio Pérez, what matters to us. In all this, what has been Alain Prost's little message? Well, Alain Prost has made things very clear to contradict Christian Horner's statements, wrongly, one might say, about Sergio Pérez because he says the difference is not made nor sent by him. As we've shown here, Lambies is Verstappen's engineer, right? The message that Alain Prost leaves for Christian Horner. Oh,
back in my day, it was
different? Why you might ask? Is completely undermining the remaining 3 world championships. The Frenchman was very clear and mentioned in Sports Illustrated, it said the following: these big teams are organized more with a number 1 driver and another number 2. It's mostly the case for Verstappen and Che with Red Bull. So you see how disprove what Christian Horner said with a single sentence, which you can find in this video here, the second to last one we've posted on Expo Maniacs. That it's not because of Maniaticos USA, which is the new channel we have available and you can find through the community. And in a post here that we have also made, look here, we have it. Okay, if you want to see the new, notice this is the channel where we've already uploaded a video and speak in English. And now there are already 70 subscribers because it has been highly requested in the community of maniacs. Look at the first video, 192 views, which is very good. To start with, making ourselves heard in the community. English speaking isn't it? Sergio Pérez entrusts his future to Alain Prost's people. Sorry, from Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost. So you see, This is Julian Jacobi, the person which will lead in the negotiations for Sergio Perez's future contract, and we don't know if it's related or not. It could be because Alain Prost made these statements. We continue with Alento's statements, which he says is the case especially for Verstappen at Red Bull. It's different from my time. It's very different from my time, and I still think that if there is a fight for the World Championship with 2 or 3 teams, it's different. The pilot's value is always higher. It's complicated. Max is one of the best today, maybe the best. But if we look at the perception that he is winning because of this car, and that's not so good for him. It's a pity because I think it's part of the success. There are more chances of winning if you have a number 1 who is the team's favorite. They focus on that, and it's a shame. Obviously, this is said because of all the preferences that Verstappen actually has. If you're still thinking that this doesn't happen, Verstappen and Horner as if nothing had happened, Verstappen has already stated that, Christian Horner stated that Verstappen has privileges at Red Bull.
Like Verstappen, like
Lewis Hamilton in Mercedes. Thus, it was revealed that there is a driver 1 and a driver 2. This is no secret, and the fact that the relationship between Verstappen and Christian Horner has improved a lot in recent weeks is also no secret. But Sergio Pérez is pushing on his side. On Ford's side, knowing that Ford is the key piece and nothing will be left out of the equation without Checo Pérez in 2026. There are more chances, I repeat, of winning if you have a number 1 who is the favorite in the team. He makes it crystal clear, dismantling Verstappen's World Championships. That's what they focus on at Red Bull, and it's a drag. Everything is different from my rivalry with Senna. We were classmates for 2 years and our rivalry continued afterwards. There was no number 1 there. There were no privileges, he's telling you. Alain Prost. Then Schumacher arrived. And then Hamilton, and now it's Verstappen. It's part of the game. Like saying we were competing on an even playing field. But neither Schumacher, Hamilton, nor now Verstappen, the boldest of all, do it. Hopefully Ferrari can join the fight. Who knows if Mercedes later on would make for a very nice championship. But so you see that in a statement to Len Prost, dismantles Christian Horner's words as Pierre Wache did too. He said in some statements at the end of 2023 that the problem wasn't with Sergio Pérez for not having achieved a good performance with the RB19 in 2023. Pay attention to what was said. Sometimes a weakness cannot be faced, and that's what we try to understand with Sergio Pérez. In short, we give them the tool and the car to face that. But I'd say it's more a job for the engineer than for him. Blaming Hackbeard, as we've repeatedly said on the obsessives. Therefore, negotiations for Checo Perez's contract become very interesting. I insist. Look at the latest video where we talk about Sergio Pérez not being negotiable today because it's Ford. He has clauses he could enforce anytime he wants because of all the mess they've made. With the Horner case, the management of the Horner case. I'll stay here, friends, reading the latest comments from all our sports fanatics. I urge you, check out the latest videos. They're very interesting. I'm also reading your comments and waiting for you here at Maniacosusa to give a good like to start boosting this channel that we are going to give a lot of love to. And a lot of pampering. I will leave it in the comments, the pinned comments, so you can enter there and hit like and support. Because the mission is to be heard everywhere. Because all the statements that are objective facts like those from Pierre Wache, like Christian Horner, difficult. Sergio Pérez does not compete on equal terms because Verstappen is preferred. Everything that has happened in the last few weeks securing Verstappen's future at Red Bull. And Sergio Pérez says, they say we'll see, it's being questioned, when in reality Ford could just do this and vanish if Checo Pérez is not in 2026. However, Verstappen does not matter. We have already seen and analyzed the Verstappen, which is more sought after by Honda. Mr. Julian Jacobi, representative and agent of Ayrton Senna, Alain Prost, and now the great Sergio Pérez, we hope they can succeed. The utmost parity in the contract so that Sergio Pérez may by the year 2025 compete on equal terms with Verstappen. And we're not saying 2026 because Verstappen in 2026 is going to leave Red Bull. We're almost certain that will happen and that he will join the Honda Aramco project. Because Red Bull, for them, it doesn't look that good. Doesn't seem as competitive as the best Honda engine going to the Aston Martin team that will be Honda Aramco in 2026 in Formula 1. But let's see what happens. Because Ford is struggling a lot, and as soon as Sergio Pérez is confirmed, work will speed up a lot to give Checo a competitive car. Friends, I'll keep reading to my sports fanatics. Thank you, friends, for commenting on the video as well. From the United States comment here in English, so it's seen that we have. We're going to keep in mind and set up a wall here while also doing the poll. Thanks a lot to everyone commenting. I'll keep looking at these comments and the comments from the last video. You have to see it. I'm telling you, almost 40,000 views in 19 hours. Breaking news, Sergio Pérez is not negotiable for Red Bull. Christian Horner, open your ears and hear it.